What if the reason you can't find peace is not because they hurt you, but because you never released what they did? What if healing is not about going back to who you were, but finally becoming who you were meant to be before the pain? Because somewhere between what they did and what you felt and what you're carrying, you lost something. You didn't lose your strength. You didn't lose your worth. But you lost your freedom to feel without fear. And today, this isn't about them anymore. This is about you. Welcome to Fly with Spyce, where we don't rush healing, we sit with it. Where we don't silence the pain we feel, we understand it. And where we don't just survive, we learn how to become whole again. In episode 1, we met the silence that created resentment. And in episode 2, we felt the weight of carrying the bitterness and resentment. But today, we step into something harder and more powerful: letting go, finding peace, healing, and moving forward. Not because what you felt didn't matter, but because you, your peace, your well-being matters more. Healing doesn't start with forgiveness. Healing starts with the truth. Say it. Admit it. Not in denial, not in strength, but in honesty. It's in admitting that what was said to you hurt you. It is admitting that what they did to you changed you. It is also admitting that the pain and the hurt stayed with you longer than you wanted it to stay. Because many people don't heal. They suppress. They smile even in the pain. They move on. They distract themselves. But deep inside of them, deep inside, the wound is still speaking, it's still screaming, it's still crying out. And when you don't confront this pain, this wound, the hurt you carry, it becomes a very dead weight on your neck. Shackles that holds you bound. Even in the Bible, God never asks people to pretend. In Psalms 34 verse 18, the Lord is close to the brokenhearted, it says. Not the pretenders, not the strong, the broken. Which means your honesty is not regarded as weakness. It is your doorway to healing and liberation. Let's look at what forgiveness really is, because I think a lot of people tend to get it wrong. Forgiveness is one of the greatly misunderstood phenomenon ever. Forgiveness is not you saying that you were not hurt. It is not you saying what happened to you was okay. It is not even saying you should go ahead and begin to trust immediately again or love again. Forgiveness is a decision, a quiet, intentional, powerful decision that says, I will not let this pain control me anymore. Let's look at what Colossians 13 says. Forgive as the Lord forgave you. Not because the people who hurt you earned the forgiveness, but because you deserve the freedom that forgiveness brings, the peace. You deserve the release that it brings. And here's the truth most people struggle with. You and I even struggle with it. Holding onto pain and hurt feels like you're in control. But it's actually captivity if we're being honest with ourselves. You think you're holding on to what they did, and maybe someday they are going to pay for it, or the pain would actually make them realize. But what you're really holding on to is draining you, is damaging you, and is doing things to you that you're not realizing yet. There comes a moment where you realize something deeply humbling. That the people who hurt you may never apologize the way you need them to, or not at all. Or they may never understand what they broke inside of you. They may never be able to fix their mistakes. And in this moment, you are faced with a choice that sometimes is difficult to make. To stay bound to what they never gave you, or release yourself from needing it. I'm saying this because I have been here. I held on to it. Sometimes I will feel like I'm going to explode. Sometimes my heart will hurt from the pain I was holding and from replaying scenes after scenes of what happened and the pain I was carrying. One day God came through. I was awakened to the damage I was doing to myself by holding on to this pain. And then it hit me that I needed to let go. In Matthew 11:28, Jesus says, "Come to me, all ye who are weary, and then I will give you rest." He didn't say he's going to give you answers, not explanations. Rest. Because sometimes healing is not about clarity. Healing is about surrender. Now let's look at very practical steps we can adopt to help us with our healing process. Because healing is not one big moment. It is small, honest steps that we take every day. Let's walk through them together. Step 1. Acknowledge without editing or leaving anything out. Stop minimizing your pain, your hurts, your experiences. Call it what it was or what it is. Pain, disappointment, betrayal. Because truth brings clarity. You can only heal when you confront this truth. Step 2. Separate the person from the wound. What they did to you hurts you. But what they did to you is not your identity. You are not the one who was hurt. You are the one who is healing. Step number 3. Release repeatedly. Forgiveness is not a one-day decision. It is a practice. Some days you feel free. Some days you feel it again. But you have to keep on releasing, because one day it will stay and you'll be whole again. Step 4. Invite God into the pain. Not just your strong moments, but your fragile ones. In Psalms 147 verse 3, it says he heals the brokenhearted and binds up their wounds. Healing is not something you forced. It is something you allow. Step 5. Choose peace over being right. You can win the argument in your mind and still lose your peace. Your freedom is more valuable than your being right. I'm hoping you make a wise decision today. Now let's look at boundaries you can establish after healing. Forgiveness does not mean access. Healing does not mean returning to what broke you. You can forgive someone and still choose to be distant from them, and that's okay. You can release the pain and still protect your peace. In Proverbs 4 verse 23, it says to guard your heart, not close it. Guard your heart. which means you decide what has access to your peace. You hold the key. Don't just give access to anyone just because you're forgiven. So here is the question I want you to ask yourself. Don't rush it. Don't answer it immediately. I want you to feel this question deeply before you begin to answer it. What are you still carrying that you're no longer meant to hold on to? Because sometimes the reason it feels heavy is because it no longer belongs to you, but you're fighting so hard to hold on to it. Let this question sit in, and I'm hoping that when you find the answer, it is honest. You don't heal when people change or when they apologize. You heal when you make a decision that you will no longer live inside what they did to you. You no longer live in their hearts, in the pain, in the disappointment or the betrayal. You heal when you make that decision to release it and let it go. This wasn't just a series. This was a mirror, a confrontation, and an avenue for release. You have felt the silence. You have carried the weight all by yourself. Now you have a choice. Either to keep holding the fire or to finally extinguish it and let it go. Because you were never created to live a bitter life. You were created to live free and whole. Welcome to healing. Welcome to freedom. Welcome to becoming whole again. This is Fly with Spyce. If this message spoke to you in any way at all, or you know someone who is still struggling with healing, share this message with them. Share this message on your wall. Share it with whoever you feel might be navigating healing or forgiveness. Please like, subscribe, and leave a comment and let us know where you are in your healing journey. Because here, we don't just talk about healing. We heal completely and become whole. God bless you as you make this very difficult decision. And I pray that you walk into your healing today. And when you do, that it stays. I wish you the best going forward. I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.